Hi friends, it's Jeannie from Clifton's Crafty Casa. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm with Stencil Sunday, a playlist with Kristi from Funky Junk Inspiration and Mary from the Painted Peach. And we're doing stencils this first Sunday of every month. So we're starting with a 16-inch round. I drilled the 2 holes at the top for a ribbon or jute twine, and so that I have it already done. Taking some Waverly chalk paint from in the color plaster and putting that on, but not a total coverall. I'm going to dry it, and then I'm going to add some Valspar antiquing glaze. Now, they do not have Valspar antiquing glaze anymore. The people who used to make it have sold it, and so the people that bought it don't make it anymore. So I don't know what I'm going to use next, but we'll figure that out on the way. So I get it all nice and dry, and I'm going to take a brush, a foam brush, and just brush on some antiquing glaze, if I can get the bottle open. And this is a water-based product, so I try to do just the edges because that's where I really want it to be, but it looks hideous, and so I decide to go ahead and paint the rest. See, I kind of tried to take some of it off, so I did the rest. Now, since it is a water-based product, then I'm able to take some of it out with a water on my towel. So I'm just spraying water on top, and I'm just wiping it down, and I'm going to try to get a really nice antique look on this board, because I want it to be antique. The other side already has a really nice bright strawberry phrase, welcome to our patch, strawberries. And so this side I want it to be a little bit antique for this Americana that we're going to do. So it takes me a minute to wipe all of that off. So fast forward to getting a stencil out. We're going to use essential stencils, and I'm going to use the colors blue and red. And the first stencil is a stencil that's older. I've had it for a couple of years, and it says let freedom ring, and it has lines under it. Now, because I want to make sure that the lines go all the way to the edge, I'm putting it up just a little bit higher. I'm putting a piece of green tape across the words let freedom ring, because I'm going to do some blue and some red. So I'm doing first to the red, and the first thing you need to do is load your brush up and offload it off on the plate or a paper towel, and then you put it on your letters or lines or whatever. And I'm going to use a piece of flashing to kind of keep it from coming out onto the next line. The next line is right real close to there, and if I didn't have a piece of flashing or a blocker of some sort, then I would be getting it on the other line that I want to do in blue. So I've done all the red. Now I'm going to take off, or do the blue. I'm doing nautical blue. That red was crimson from Waverly chalk paint. And now I'm going to do blue on the other line, 2 lines, and then I'm going to take the tape off and do the bottom of the words. So I use the tape to cover up the red and make sure I'm really close so that the blue will match in the words. I think that looks great. Let freedom ring. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use a new stencil set from this summer's stencil set, and I'm using a flag, a blue space in the top and lines for red and white at the bottom, and it's on a like the Liberty Bell symbol. It's on a one of those on a stencil. So now you see the Liberty Bell there. Okay, so not all of it got to the top. I want those reds to go right up to the blue, so I'm going to use a little pen touch-up brush and I'm going to put those up to the line. Let's see, what am I doing here? Oh, okay. Before I do that, I'm outlining in black around the outside of that stencil of the bell. It needs to have a little like edging and background or edging on it so that you can tell that it's a bell, because even just putting the stars and stripes on there isn't going to make it look right. Okay, so that's good. Okay, it doesn't turn out to be great, but it's doable, and I'll fix it in just a minute. So there, I want to take that red and go to the top of the blue. Okay, next I'm going to put the stars on there, and I put the frame back on there and make sure it's all lined up. Takes me a minute to line it up. Decided to use a piece of tape instead of the blocker so that I could be really exact with that. I'm going to use white, and my white is Waverly chalk paint in the color plaster. I don't really like white. I've always used the plaster. And then we've got our stars. And I make the lines a little bit bigger around the bell. It needs a little bit thicker line. So I do that with the black and my and a detail brush. And then I don't think that it's done enough. I think just the bell down there, it doesn't give it enough character. So I'm going to take out another stencil of just big stars on a stencil, and I'm going to use those with some plaster, and I'll let you watch until then. I decided to do them just kind of in a kind of oval or a half circle, and so I did both sides that way, and then I added an extra one on each side. Needed one more up there, and so I just added an extra one on both sides. I didn't really like how the stars stood out. Well, let's see. I'm going to sand it a little bit first. I like to sand it. So I didn't like how the stars came out. So I took a, I put a little more Valspar on there and wiped it off. So I took a silver, metallic silver, and I'm filling in the stars with metallic silver. And then after I do get that done, I take some copper penny and I'm going to go around the bell, and that makes it so much better. I'd like to thank Kristi and Mary for having this playlist, and I'm able to share what I do with stencils each first Sunday of the month, and I'm so happy that I was able to get on today to do that. I hope you'll follow the rest of the people that are on this playlist. Each of our channels are listed. And look for us next month on the first Sunday of the month. So I think this copper penny just really adds to the bell, really adds a better look than the black. I know that the Liberty Bell is kind of dark anyway, but it is bronze. So I thought the copper penny would be okay. And it has kind of a black background anyway. So it makes it look great. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get some jute and I'm going to put it through the holes. I've decided that I want the knot on this end, this side, so I put it through the other side. And I triple tie it just so that it's a nice big knot. And then I triple tie the other side. It's a little more difficult than that to do it, to make sure it's the right size. So got that one done, and here is the finished product. It's great. Thank you so much for joining all of us. I hope you'll meet us next month. Thanks.